From the west coast to Missouri's land, we built this life with our own two hands. Cattle, goats, and donkeys too. Horses and llamas, we're a farm that grew. Chickens clucking, dogs running free. This is the place we're meant to be. Let the singing begin, we're be owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. Mother Family Farm, it's where we win. Let the stinging begin. Sunrise hits, chores on the list. Bowling lanes at night, wood crafts we twist. Jerry's on the forge, Susan's quilting art. Robert's gaming strong, each plays their part. With every day new stories unfold. Living life, it never gets old. Let the singing begin, we're be owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. Mother Family Farm, it's where we win. Let the singing begin. Years and counting, still going strong. Meetups with friends, our journey's long. From San Diego shores to Missouri's hills, we found our home, it gives us thrills. Let the singing begin, we're be owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. Mother Family Farm, it's where we win. Let the singing begin, we're be owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. Mother Family Farm, it's where we win. Let the singing begin.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday.
Monday.
Jerry drew 5 memberships.
Right. You gave 5 memberships away already.
Before we got started, so I want to let y'all know who they are. It's Jennifer Ocean Homestead, Canadian Live, Suzanne Goulet, Brooke Trout, and Rich Cat Ranch. Congratulations to you. And it was randomly done. So
anyway, so we had Des came in here at 2 o'clock, almost 3 o'clock this afternoon. And then DeMoose came in. And then Tiffany came in. And then we had, let's see, where we at. Brooke Trout came in, Virginia Alexander. And let's see, I'm going to try to go faster. I said DeMoose and Diesel Des. And then Hobby Town Chili and Koi, Dean came in. Thank you very much for coming in. And Karen Lucy came in. And there was chit chat going on. And
lots of chit chat.
And Ruby from Rushing Wind Mountain came in. And
Phil Beck from.
And Phil Beck came in. Yep. Almost the same thing right here. And Teresa Jigowitz came in. And
Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage.
Oh, Heather's here. Welcome in, Heather.
Yeah. Early bird tonight.
Yeah. And let's see. I think we're almost caught up, I think.
There's Gail Southern Living.
Oh, Gail Southern Living came in? Oh, yeah. Wow. Cool.
And then Lynn from the official Lynn show.
Hey, Lynn.
One of my favorite mugs. I'm just in awe of that mug.
Yep.
Coffee mug.
Okay, so I'm caught up.
Tim Mitchell's here.
Hey, Tim, welcome in. All right, so I can't. Okay, hold on. That's why I had to do this thing. All right. So, the people who won
Gifted
tonight will be on our banner next week. So, if you don't see it on it, it's because it will be on the next week. But do you want to read them?
Sure.
You start with Farm Hands.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Farm Hands are Kentucky Prepper 5, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, the Stock Explorer, Godwin Honey, Andale Homestead, DeMoose, Derek Fowler,
Hey, Nia Flores.
Sweet Acre Koi Farm, Mike, Penny Ortiz, Pure Okie,
And
and then
the
the Wranglers who made up the rest of the posse are waiting for the banner because I don't have them memorized. Sorry, guys. Belt Loop 29, Peaceful Des, Heavenly Fire 18, Simply Jan Homestead, Lewis Acre Farms, Karma, James Hall, and Philbeck, Nanny Tam, Native Wild Widman Farmhands.
Native,
The farmhands.
Native Wild Man.
Wild Men. So that's our posse, and we thank you all for being members.
And Christine Betts came in while you were reading that, and so did
Anita Flora.
No, Arlene. Arlene came in.
Oh, okay.
So thanks you guys for all being here.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to go ahead. You want to have something to talk about real quick or
not? No. Well, if you know what the giveaway word is, we posted it like 2 weeks ago, and,
right.
and others have put it in through the chat. But we got our new mugs done, and Jerry brought them home from Texas, and he wants to give you a choice. So this one is Devil Dog and our logo.
Who's on top of that box there, right there.
I know. Thank you. And then there's one that has Belt Loop 29, although it's really, it says Belt Loop 29. I thought it said YouTube Police on one side of the mug, and then our logo's on the other. And then the third choice
for left-handers and right-handers.
Yeah. Then the third choice you have is our logo on both sides.
Right.
And this is the logo that's on the opposite side of Devil Dogs and Belt Loop. So just to have you be able to make a decision and not have to do it quickly, you can think about it till we do the giveaway.
Yeah, we're a little variety. It's variety is the spice of life. There's Belt Loop.
So thank you, Jamie, for doing it.
Yes, thanks, Jamie, very much for doing it. And Devil Dog.
They turned out lovely, and I'm thoroughly pleased with them. So thank you very much.
Do we want to recap last 2 weeks?
Go
real
right
quick?
ahead.
We want to talk about the first thing that happened on did you lose your job on Monday before that?
No, it was Tuesday. I was driving home from an appointment that I have because I'm getting hearing aids. I got it figured out now.
Huh?
And I'm getting hearing aids because it's just it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. So anyway, I was driving home, and I missed a call the day before from my employer up in Iowa. I worked remotely from home and have for the last 5.5 years for them, doing claims on puppies that they received from the broker who I work for. And I didn't get the call on Monday. I tried to call back and didn't make it. But anyway, they caught me on the drive home. And so I pulled over so I could talk, because I was thinking in my head, how am I going to figure out in my bills to pay my part of the hearing aids? I didn't realize they were so expensive nowadays, but I guess they are because of all the technology, and I understand all that. Anyway, so I pulled over, and what they had to tell me was that they had to scale back some, and they were looking at payroll, blah, blah, blah. And I was one of the people being scaled back. And I was just, and I was I'm okay with it. I'm not upset, because Jerry and I just been talking that I was only going to do this job for another couple of years. But the thing that kind of hurt was that we had gotten used to that extra money. We do fine with our Social Security and our little pension checks that come in and all that. But the money I would get from Iowa was like, gravy, real thick gravy. So,
Sarah, happy hives. Welcome in.
So that happened on Tuesday before we went on our trip. I went on mine and he went on his. However, today the door opened to expanding another little job that I have that I was only doing once a week for a few hours and a few hours at home and whatever. And they actually want me to come into the office and, be more of a receptionist. It's a transportation company, and people come in with their product, which is puppies, and
She just says like being near me all the time, so she gives her more time away from me now.
that's not
I know,
it.
I know, I'm
But-
just messing.
But it will actually will benefit from it. So I came home and we talked about it, and he just said, do whatever you want to do. And I said, well, I think I need to do it for, a little bit until we get a little bit better ahead of ourselves.
Right.
And so that we can still do our YouTube trips and
Get this YouTube thing going off a little better.
Yeah, that too. And,
So,
we know we have a little bit of farm work that has got to get done. I don't know how we're going to do it, but it's got to get done because that's our cows and it's the calves. And without this extra pen or field or whatever, and these gates that we need to get up, we can't get them separated out. So
right. We gotta get that done.
we got to get that done.
Start doing that stuff tomorrow. This week.
This week, yeah.
Yep.
In
It's still
between.
pretty. We had 4 inches of rain here, and it's soggy. I mean, it's not flooded out, which I'm surprised. The ruts aren't full and like they have in the past, and that's maybe because I've leveled a lot of that out, so the water's ran off. But it is out in the grass area there. It's squishy. It's like walking on a sponge.
The little grass pasture that we have for the donkeys, I've walked across that to the gates to go in and check on the calves and stuff, because we have had another birth since we've been home. And yesterday when I walked out there, it was just sloppy walking in my boots and whatever. Yet when I walked out today, it wasn't sloppy. It was
spongy.
soft and spongy. Yeah.
Well, welcome in Ralph, and where I said Sarah Happy Hives will come in, and cooking with Stefan and Jacqueline. Welcome in. So let's go ahead and.
So that was that's our main thing.
And then I went to a meetup down in Texas, and I have to say, it was one of the funnest meetups I've been to. It wasn't just sitting at the park or so. We went to a farmer's market, and it's not the farmer's market that Jesse goes to, because I've seen Jesse when he went to the farmer's market that he went to, and this one was not the same one. It was a different one. But there was all kinds of stuff there, and I got my pair of my boots fixed from a guy that was sewing boots up. It was really fun, but it was interesting.
And you had a casino night.
And we had a casino night, yep. And we Devil Dog had a casino night where they played blackjack and roulette table and Texas Hold'em, and that was fun. And I did do a live that night until the battery died. And then I did lives on Saturday that also for the meetup. It was fun and interesting. Mm-hmm. So anyways, there's a couple of videos out there if you guys want to watch my videos. They have about the meetup.
Yeah.
And but it was a fun. It was a long drive. It's a 10-hour drive down there and 10-hour drive back. And by yourself, it seems a lot longer. I mean, it just seems a lot longer when you drive 10 hours by yourself. But I made it through.
You did. Anyways, you did really good.
So we're going to bring our guest up who lives in Texas.
Yes, but not close enough to make the meetup.
And it was not close enough to make the meetup, but we will see her pretty soon at a meetup. So here we go. We'll bring her up. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Doing good.
How hot is it there in Texas?
I think it was in the 80s today, and I've got a lot of gardening done. So today I kind of did the walk around because it's been raining a lot to see what's popped up, because when you get a lot of rain, my yard's still kind of spongy too. And so I'm going to assess tonight if I need to water or not. But today I actually worked in the house. I worked on some ministry stuff. I get like bags and bags of clothes.
Yeah.
Donated to me and other items. And so I have to go through the bags and see what's in there. And I throw some of it away. I redonate some of it to the open door where the little pregnant girls go. There's a little local place here, and I know what they take because I volunteered there for a while.
Nice.
So I redonate some of it, and then I have all these boxes that are labeled with everything. And so it's summer and winter, like coats and blankets and hats and gloves and scarves and T-shirts and things like that.
That's nice. We have there's a little office in Neosho, but up in Joplin, it's called Lafayette House, and it's for women and children in abusive conditions, situations. And the guild that I was in has donated quilts to that so that they have a blanket to take with them when they go on to the next step in improving their being able to improve their lives and whatever. So that's great that they have that for the girls.
Yeah. There's a lady who has a clothes closet, and she brings bags of clothing and she sits them on my porch. Now I've kind of had to stop her for a while because I had to catch up with everything.
Yeah.
I'll say, hold on, wait. Let me catch up. And then when I get all caught up, I'll be like, okay, go.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Pete, welcome in. Thanks for coming.
I wanted to ask you, you interviewed us like in the early days of us being active with our channel. We really appreciate that. And actually, I think I've been on twice with you.
Right.
And I've really enjoyed that. But now it's your turn to be on the hot seat. And it's not going to be that bad. When you started your channel, what kind of goals did you have? Because you've evolved tremendously. I watched in the beginning, and it was a lot of, it was gardening, and but now you're into the collabs and so what initially, what did you see yourself doing with the YouTube channel?
I got that injury at work, and so I had to be home, and I got all my projects done, and I was really bored,
Yeah.
and kind of lonely actually. And I was just really bored, and I was like, okay, I need something to do. And I started watching Becky's Homestead because I had gotten chickens. Backyard chickens, and so I wanted to learn, and that evolved into Homestead Tessie, and then on later into like prepping, and then later on into homesteading. That's kind of how I went there, evolved. But so watching Homestead Tessie, and she had her little imperfections in her video. She's probably like streamlined it more now, but I thought to myself, if she's not perfect, maybe I can be able to present some ideas. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I'm like, do I want to do cooking? Do I want to do gardening? Do I want to do crafts? I mean, I even did a little bit of couponing in the beginning. I was trying to find what was right now. I'm kind of doing the cooking and crafts and things in the fall and winter, and then mostly gardening in this springtime.
Right.
I do enjoy the gardening more actually than I do the cooking. I kind of get out of the mode in the summer, and then I have to go back into the cooking mode for fall because I have to have some content. But one thing I do plan to do is get one of those hydroponic systems and start doing that, because I haven't done that yet.
You can do that year round. We started it. We did it, and we had lettuce and spinach going wild in there. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was great for the wintertime.
It's really
place I want to set it up. So I'm working on that. All the goals of things I got to move around. The girls are older now and they've moved out. So the craft room is going to be the guest room, and the oldest room is going to turn into a ministry / craft room. So I'm kind of just having to switch the whole house out. And so it's a lot of little like projects I have to work on. And I've worked on different rooms during the day, just trying to get everything going. And we're also having company. So I want everything to be nice and neat. So when we have our company, our guest room will be looking good and nice and neat and nice. And he's in a wheelchair. So we have to have, the room has to be kind of empty-ish because, he's got to get that wheelchair in and out.
But you still have to have a bed in there and a place to put some.
A bed and a nightstand and a dresser. I think is all we're doing there. It's going to be nice and empty.
Awesome. When do you expect them?
Oh, he usually somewhere between June and August, usually right about July, somewhere in that time.
In the middle there. That's awesome.
Hopefully, as long as it's sometime after the Ozark meetup, that'll be good.
Yeah.
I haven't told him yet, but last year we had to turn him down because we were having to redo our main bathroom. And so we had to use the other bathroom, and then that would have had him trying to maneuver through our bedroom wheelchair. That would have been too complicated. So as a goal, I wanted to try to get that ready so we could have him for this summer.
Right. Well, a couple of the collabs that you host, I don't know if people really know a lot about them. The first one I did, the weird container garden or weird container gardening. How did that come about?
When I very first started YouTube, I was kind of gardening on a budget, and you know, as hubby's been at his job, he's been getting pay increases, so it's better now. But at the beginning, we were more on a budget, so I was looking for things to plant in, and I was just getting introduced to raised beds and container gardening. And it took me a few years to build up the containers and the raised
Mhm.
beds and the different things I needed. The good part is he works at a place where he gets shipping containers sometimes, and I can drill holes in those and paint them
Ooh,
to look nice.
yeah.
Dale, she's like, "Oh, I thought that was store bought." I said, "No, that's a shipping container. It had like spray paint, black spray paint, and everything on it. But I just paint them with whatever, and I happen to like painting, so I
That
paint them
works.
so they last longer, and they also look nicer that way." So
I know what I want to grow. I didn't get a chance to get. I knew once I got back from California in my retreat that I needed to get my weird container pot, whatever I'm using, and I haven't figured that out yet. But I know what I'm going to plant in it and try and grow. I tried last year and it didn't work, but I'm going to try again this year, and it's called. It's a hyacinth type plant, but it's on a vine, and I can't remember exactly what the name. I got some seeds from a group that I went to visit, so I'm going to try that.
oh,
So
really, I thought maybe you got the hyacinth seeds from me because I grow that every year.
no, in fact I can go find them. It's and I
Yeah,
looked.
they're black and they have a little bit of white on them.
Let me go look really quick. Entertain Jerry.
Oh, entertain Jerry. Okay, entertain Jerry. Oh, I'm supposed to entertain. Okay.
Grow those every year.
What?
Oh, I was going to ask you in your intro, the dancing cowboy.
That all that was that part of the cowboy doing the twerking and stuff. That was made by Devil Dog.
Okay.
Yeah, he made that for me, and I don't know where he got that, but he just unplugged me.
Hubby came in and he's like, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Well, there's this dancing piece in there."
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny, and
Yeah,
Devil Dog he did it. He didn't realize that he popped Susan's face up right when the thing is twerking, and and we laugh about that every time. She don't laugh about it, but we do.
yeah.
I have purple hyacinth bean seeds.
Is it black with a little bit of white on it?
Well, no, they're like dirty brown. They're like a.
Oh yeah, sometimes they're kind of brown. Yeah,
They
brown with a little bit of white.
Yeah, but I guess this one could be black. I only planted a few. Tried to plant a few of them last year. I don't think I
Two and a half, 5.
They're beautiful.
They didn't come up
Every
last
plant.
year.
They didn't come up.
No,
They're really not all. I'm actually growing mine in 5-gallon buckets onto a fence.
Oh, okay.
That will work.
And you
can
can
do
put
that.
like 3 or 4 or 5, it depends on how many buckets you have. But I have 2 5-gallon buckets, and there's about 3 or 4 seeds in each one. So you could split yours or you put them all together and just have them grow up on something. They're beautiful.
What did you say? You
Flowers.
what did you say? You have 2 5-gallon buckets? Is that what you said?
2 5-gallon buckets.
2 5-gallon buckets.
I'm real fortunate that we have there's a Mennonite
Jam makers.
jam shop run by the Mennonites. They actually make the jam in there, and they ship in the stuff that they use in food grade buckets, and they're about 4 gallons. And when they're all done, they clean them out pretty good. But when they're all done, they set out 4 or 5 at the end of their driveway, and it's free to whoever wants them. And most times I snag them. I got a few extra. I've got a collection.
She's got a collection of buckets.
Yeah.
You could probably put 3 in one and 2 in the other, and that'd be perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna try it that
You
way.
put purple flowers, and then they put out a dark purple bean, and inside that bean are the seeds, and it usually has 4 to 6 seeds in there, and then you just
you harvest them?
they dry. Let them dry right on the vine. And once they get dry, pull them off and put them in a, put them on a plate or put them in somewhere where they can dry. And then after you get it, you won't need to ever buy them or get them again. You'll have your own collection.
That's what I did with the 4 o'clocks last year. Is I let them dry on the on the plant, and then when they started dropping here and there, then I went out and I collected them.
Boy, we collect a lot of them too.
But if I put
Oh.
them in buckets, then I'll have to figure out something else.
Everybody all over YouTube should be growing 4 o'clocks at this point, because you and me and Jan, we have given out so many.
Yeah.
This year, I have I'm calling it pink and Jan's calling it red, but whatever color that is. I also have yellow, purple, and then I bought some, Lori with It All Adds Up sent me a gift card, and I bought some broken 4 o'clock. So it has multiple colors on it.
Ooh,
So
that'd be pretty.
if I get those harvested, I'm going to do a mixed 4 o'clock seed, that'll probably be more like Pinecone Fest.
Whenever you get that mixture together, put my name on the list. I want
okay. Yeah, that's my goal.
The bees like the 4 o'clocks too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they do. They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're real pretty, and they're easy to grow.
Yeah, they are.
I'm hoping to have a whole bouquet of colors this year. I'm so excited.
I tried to start them in the house in the seeds and seed pods or the red solo cups that we use, and they didn't take. It didn't do. But when I planted them right into the pot in the ground in dirt outside, I had a big old bush full of them. It was
yeah.
So the other collab you do that you do a lot, don't get me wrong, but the other one that you host that I really like, and I totally didn't understand it the first year came up. And then last year, what I think was the second year for Fall Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I started researching, like, I didn't want to ask stupid questions. So I started.
Derek Feller.
You ask stupid questions and where everybody else knows the answers to it.
So I went and I started looking at like your first year playlist and a couple other people's playlists just to see, if I could get the hang of it. And I finally got it figured out. And that's really kind of cool. So that's why I did it last year, and I'm all ready for it this year. But what started that collaboration? Why?
So, okay. So the crochet community does collabs like that all the time.
Oh, okay.
And then, there was a channel there was one called Harvest Moon Giveaway. Okay.
Okay.
And that was actually a homestead channel that did that. So it's not my original idea. Like everything on YouTube, if you see something that you think is cool, you can recreate it. It takes a while to build up. Like every year I get some regulars and I get some new ones. Right. And I love getting the regulars and I love getting the new ones because it helps the new ones grow their channel, because there is a group of people on YouTube that go around and look for these giveaways. And I've considered not doing it. I'm like, I'm big enough. I don't need it. But if you look at my graph, October is the highest. And that's usually when people are struggling. But on my graph, October is way up at the top. So it's like my biggest collaboration of the year. So I've already started kind of making plans for it. I usually make a little tweak to the rules every year, try to make it a little bit better, try to get those, all those new friendships to stick and stuff like that. So it was just to help people to grow their channels. I mean, a lot of these channels we're going to do giveaways anyway. So it's just an opportunity to grow your channel and build your community. And I've tried to get it to where it's different communities. It's homesteading and gardening and crafts and crochet and sewing and hunting. And I've had all different kinds of genres. And I was just trying to combine some of them together. And that's actually how I met Addie from Crazy Crafter Adventures. She just started joining it. And people like that I would have never met,
It's an easy way to get your name out there. It's just a little short video talking about yourself, and it's an excellent way of building the channel.
You just have to name a few little rules. That's really all it is. Like
Yeah.
less than 10 little rules for them, and that's
Right.
it. Like 3 to 5 minute video. It's so easy. Like, people want to make it hard, but I'm like, if you don't want to do the rules, just throw the hashtag in there. The rules are there to protect you. If you don't want to say the rules, just talk about whatever you want. As long as you use the hashtag, it'll get thrown in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think if like rules are provided to protect the
Yeah.
creator, I think
Yeah.
that
Right.
it's I didn't know that a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it's been a month ago, that we sort of had a troller in there, and we'd never run across that before. But
Who was that?
was that Jan picked it up?
Oh, that
and-
was just that one time he was in
I
there.
know, but it still happened. But I wouldn't have known, but the rules protect you. That's what you put them out there for. So
Oh, yes, I added the rule that the comments have to be kind, because there was a person going around saying mean things in the chat. I'm like, that's not going to work.
he's funny. And then you have to then you have to go
It's a
in and
rule.
monitor
Be kind
it.
in your comment. Well, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that then as a hostess of it, you have to go in and monitor all those, comments and
Yeah,
stuff.
people reported, it was reported to me, someone was making me comments, and they were also kind of being snippy in mine. People get a little snippy because they're winning a lot of the person who wins
Gets a
does
lot.
not have to be a YouTube channel. They can be just a supporter.
Subscriber.
A lot of the people, if you want to gain new subscribers that aren't channels, you're going to get so many views. If you go back and look at Fall Fest, you pull it up, Fall Fest giveaway, you will see most people get in the hundreds of views and comments on their videos. So it's just growing every year. It's, it's 30 to 60 people every year.
Yeah.
So it just grows and grows, and it's fun. And that person wins. The first year, Old Ways Gardening Prepping won. The second year, My Alabama Farm Life won. And last year, Christie's Crazy Crafty Life won. So, and they won, like, however many people enter the collaboration, they get a prize from every single channel. So that's a lot of prizes.
It's a lot of prizes. It's a lot of mail call coming in.
Yeah.
That's
They usually end up making a playlist of all their, and you can go back to all three of those channels, and the playlist still exists where you can look and see what kind of prizes they got from tons and tons of gift cards, seeds, handmade items, just tons of stuff, mugs, t-shirts.
That's where gift cards are really good to be able to send out.
I do gift cards because they're so easy. You can literally just put it in an envelope and put it in the mail, put a stamp on it, put it in the mail. I love gift cards for prizes because they're so easy to mail.
So easy to do. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you haven't chimed in at all.
No, I'm just listening. So how many channels do you actually have?
Technically out there I have 3, but I'm only working 2.
You still have the crafting channel?
The one that was just crafting was deleted, completely deleted. There is the old Coupon Gale channel that I keep changing the name of. That channel is still out there, and I don't want to delete it in case I ever find a reason I want to use it.
Right.
It does still have over 1,000 subscribers, so it's just out there. If I ever decided I wanted to do it, I would just have to start working on watch hours from that point forward.
Right.
And but anyway, it's there if I ever need it, or God forbid anything happens to my channel, or I make somebody mad on YouTube and they get mad at me. I can just change the name. Instead of doing Gail's I'll just do Gail Southern Living and
keep on going.
Yep.
And then you have the Broken Heart Ministry.
Right.
Broken Hearts Ministry. Broken Hearts Ministry, I wanted to do a channel just for the ministry so that all the proceeds for that channel go into the ministry. Right. So far, we've received 1 paycheck. We use that to buy toiletries on Amazon. We're about to hit our $100 threshold on it again. So we're going to get another paycheck. Now, when we get a paycheck, I come back and I show what we bought with it. So every membership, super chat, all that stuff goes back into the ministry. That channel is not for my personal use. That's
Right.
just for the
You're,
ministry.
you're very honest and upfront about that. I like that.
I
appreciate
try to
that.
be upfront. I mean, the video is literally, showing everything that we got. So
Yeah.
I told Mom, I was like, well, what do you think you want to do? And I said, you maybe just want to like go to Dollar Tree and both of us just get a basket and, fill it till we get to that amount and then we'll make a video showing that stuff after. And she said, yeah, I think so. Cause we're really not needing toiletries yet,
Yeah.
Well, we like honest things too. We like
Yeah.
honest people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
AKP.
So is the Broken Heart Ministry? Are you monetized yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get a paycheck. That's right.
Hello,
Yeah,
Susan
yeah.
Goulet.
We got
You
one
got
paycheck, and I think we're probably going to get our second paycheck in May because we were at like $98.83 or something. So we're almost there.
It's almost like you just want to chip in, to make that.
We're like $1. We're like $1.17 away from getting.
You still got the rest of this month, which is what another
week.
Another week. So you still get it.
I told Mom, I said, I think we're going to get paid in May. So I said, when we get it, I'll drive up there to her town and we'll just go shopping together and get things. Because Mom and I do the ministry together.
Right.
And I don't know if some of you haven't heard the story. My sister, Gretchen, had moved away to Colorado and she had not spoken with the family. She was kind of on the outs with the family. And I had not spoken to her in about 5 years. My mom gets a call in the middle of the night and she called back the next morning and my sister had got hit by a car and, she was really messed up, but she fell back on her head and she hit her brainstem. So I think she didn't have maybe a lot of pain except for the initial hit. Because I think as soon as she fell back on her head, I think she technically was gone at that point. But they called us and we drove up there, the family. And we weren't there very long when they were already asking us if they could harvest her organs and take her off the machines and stuff like that. And so I was really devastated, mostly because I had not got to talk to her in a while. So I felt kind of cheated, that I didn't get my big sister. Oh, no, I don't want to cry. Oh, gosh. Okay. Anyway, so Mom and I, that happened in October. And in December, Mom and I, on Christmas Eve, we went out for the first time. We took about 5 bags to the Salvation Army where the homeless are. And we handed those out. And now we actually drive around in the vehicle and we look for homeless people. We have like a route that we go. And Mom drives and I usually get out and hand the bags out. Sometimes she'll get out too. She's a little bit older. And we just give out non-perishable food and toiletries. We give them cold drinks, hats, blankets, whatever items we collect. If someone donates a sleeping bag or something like that, we'll bring that along. Some of these clothing items, coats in the winter, we make up scarves, hats, sets and stuff like that. So
I just want to interrupt you a second. People are asking about Jan. Jan is okay. She's down in Texas visiting her kids. Yeah, and her sister did pass away a week ago. Last Friday, I think it was. Maybe it was last Friday. Anyways, her sister passed away Friday we were gone.
Yeah.
So, but she's okay, and Kevin is back to work. He's been released to go to work, and I think it's light duty. I don't think he can pick up anything. Yeah, I think it says doing paperwork in the office.
Yeah, I got around to asking her if it was okay to say anything, so that's why I haven't said anything.
Yeah, I figured I just talked to her a couple minutes on the phone, and she's doing okay, and she'll be back Thursday. She flies back Thursday, and Kevin picks her up at the airport Thursday.
She planning on doing a live Friday? Did she say?
I didn't ask her if she was going to do a live Friday, but I bet she will because she didn't do one last Friday because she was gone.
Yeah, well, I think I missed.
Yeah, she's missed too.
I was probably out. I was probably not really showing myself on YouTube on camera for probably a good month or more when my sister passed away. It hit me pretty hard, mostly because I had not seen her in a while. Right. So, definitely try to contact your family and tell them you love them while you can, because you never know when you might lose one of them suddenly.
I think that I saw your interview, a couple of your interviews, and I thought, well, and you were put out the message that, if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I think it was in December, maybe. I said to Jerry, I said, I'm going to send her, an email. We need to go on her channel, whatever. And I think it was the first interview you did when you went back to work, when you came back onto YouTube. I think I remember that because we did January that first time. So
yeah,
I think I'm glad you and your mom do it together.
Okay, Tim. Thank you for coming in.
my mom said, I'll do it until the day I die. She made that commitment to the Lord that she would do it until the day I die. And I told her on the phone the other day, not trying to be morbid or sad or anything. I was just like, and when you're gone, I'm going to continue to do it. I just wanted her to know that,
Yeah.
I'm going to continue when you're gone. I just wanted her to know. I don't know why. I just felt like, I just
peace of mind.
Yeah, I wanted her to know I was going to keep it going. So
Okay, let's do it.
You guys have done a great job. I remember talking with your mom at Pinecone Fest last year. I enjoyed that.
Yep.
Everybody really likes her. She's
fun. She's fun.
She's a firecracker.
Yeah. So it's 6:30. We need to do if you haven't put the giveaway word in that we gave out 2 weeks ago, scan the chat really. Well,
there it is.
Jerry's going to give it to you.
I'm going to give it to you because I'm going to the other room.
Okay.
And if you guys got, it's only like 7 in there right now. So you got to put the word in if you guys want a chance to win because it's going to just take me a couple minutes to get there.
And we're giving away our new mug that we just got. Jamie, Devil Dog's wife, did the logos on the cups for us this time. So we've got your choice of our logo on one side and Belt Loop's logo on the other side, or our logo on one side and Devil Dog's logo on the other side, or you can have a Devil Butler Family Farm logo.
Okay.
All right, so we got 15 in there. There's 22 in here, so there's 7 people don't need a coffee mug.
Duncan Family Farm stepped in. Thank you very much for coming.
All right.
Living Homestead. Is that Brian and Kathy that you visited?
Yes, that's Brian and Kathy.
Okay.
Hi, Brian. I don't know if that's Kathy or Brian. Brian can be at home. Kathy can be at work.
Well, whoever it was, but when I got in the car at the airport at X&A, it wasn't like, hey, honey, how are you? Good to see you. He says, I already ate. I had ribs down with Brian and Kathy.
Yeah, I had a rub the fact that I had ribs at their place.
Yeah. No hashtag. That's right, Des.
That's cool.
Just the words.
And Jerry, it's Kathy that's in
Kathy. I see that. Yeah, it's Kathy there. Okay. So we have 17.
Okay.
And we're going to give a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, Belt Loop wins. He's going to have to pick a different type of mug, I guess.
He'll have to have a Devil Dog mug.
Derek Fowler.
Oh, yay, Derek. Congratulations. So,
okay, Derek. Go ahead, Susan.
You need to choose if Jerry gives me back the camera, I can show you the other 2 logos. You know what our logo looks like. This is our logo. That's on one side, on both sides of one cup, but it's also the opposite side of Belt Loop or Devil Dog's logo. So you need to let us know which one you want. And I'll get it in the mail this week. And next week's word, Jerry, did you pick a word?
Oh, I have not. What is it? What's happening this? No, I haven't picked a word. Let's let Gail pick a word for us for next week.
You need a giveaway word, Gail, for next week.
Llama.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. What did Derek say?
I haven't seen it yet.
He said, thanks, guys.
Did you see which one you wanted?
I didn't see. Woohoo, Derek.
Okay. Derek, okay, come on, Derek. You have to tell us which one you want. Because we're not sending 3 mugs. We want to see one of them. Derek, you need to pick. Yeah, you need to pick a mug, Derek.
Yes, and without the question mark.
Perfect. That's it, llama. It's like our Sparky and our Simon.
That's because you had the song up there.
Probably.
Yeah, that was cute. That's a good pick.
I'll take y'all's logo. So he wants the Butler Family Farm.
I knew you had llamas, so
Yes.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
All
right. That was that one. So we're done with that. So
yeah. Thank you guys for having me up. This was
yeah, don't leave yet. We're not done yet.
Don't leave. Okay.
Llama's the word.
So the Ozark meetup.
Yep, Ozark meetup is coming up.
Give us the
yeah. That's when I'll see y'all next.
Do a commercial for it.
Commercial. Ozark meetup is in Missouri, June 6th through 8th, hosted by Simply Jan Homestead, Gale Southern Living, and At Another Time. And we are going to do games, cornhole, darts, karaoke, giant Jenga. We're going to have a seed swap table. We're going to do like your basic hamburgers, hot dog, potluck. We're going to do a giveaway for the adults and the children, both. And bring your stickers if you come. And what else? What else? You can do fishing. You can bring a boat. You bring your kayak. There are RV spots. There are cabins. I believe there might be one yurt left. There's a hotel on the property, from what I can tell. And there's also one a ways away.
Was there one on there last year?
I didn't hear about one.
Well, we already had a spot.
Yeah. I've already got an RV spot. Jan and Linda already have a yurt. Tony with our cabin in the woods has already done his spot. Indiana Backyard Gardener is going to be there. She's already got a cabin. I believe Kathleen with My Alabama Farm Life is coming. Beth and Neil are probably going to be there, I think. Also, Jason and Beth from Il Canerum. I heard a rumor White Rock Homestead was going to be there.
Oh, that's cool.
Would you give the date? Would you give the dates again? Resourceful Living.
June 6th through the 8th.
It's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, Quinn. Welcome in, Quinn.
And we are going to be there the Wednesday before.
Still liking that camper?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Good.
Yeah. It's a challenge getting up and down off of that thing, but you know, it's usually only a few days, you know, so it's fine.
And then hubby's able to pull his boat as well.
He's not going to do that all the way to Missouri. So
But you can do it when you do your short trips.
We could do it maybe, for something shorter, but for this, we won't have the boat with us. We'll just have the camper this time. So we're excited about it. Probably need to get some kind of like food list going. You know how we always end up with like 50 million of this and hardly any of this. You know, we need some kind of food list.
It happens.
That's the intent. But we did want to talk about having a seed swap table. So what we'll do is we'll have some little sacks there where you can take some seeds home. So you'll just leave some and take some, and be at your leisure, you know. So have some stuff ready. So I already got some seeds ready for that. Of course, I won't have any seeds harvested from this year. I have to use what I already have, but you know how you always have extras of stuff, and
we'll have loofah seeds there.
Yeah, we got loofah seeds.
We got tons of loofah seeds, so we'll have loofah seeds there.
I think you could still plant them early in June.
Yeah, you can still plant them.
Yeah.
It all depends on how the winter comes.
It'll always be good for the next spring, no matter what time of the year you get them. You know, you just put them in your seed container and hold on to them. My sister was like, "Oh, I have extra seeds from this year," because she's a new gardener, and I said, "Just hold on to them for the next year. Don't get rid of them." You know.
Yeah, I've got mine in
all by the end of the year. But
I'm still using some from 2018 and 19. Some of them come up, some of them don't.
I noticed my cucumbers weren't coming up, so I went ahead and bought some new seed. this year because I figured
I like your theory or your process that if it doesn't come up, throw a couple more on top and a little more dirt and see how that works. And I've got
my delicata squash didn't come up. And so I'm like, oh, I don't think it's going to work. I tried it a couple of times. I was like, okay, well, we're done with that. So then I went ahead and threw in some candy roaster squash.
Yeah.
And 2 accidentally came up near each other. So I just took gently out one of them and transplanted a little further away. So so far it looks okay. Like it's going to survive. So I'm going to have candy roaster squash, butternut squash, zucchini, and tromboncino squash. So I'm going to have 4 squashes this year.
Last year, Lisa of Yogi Farm, Hollow Farms, she and her husband decided that they were not going to buy any vegetables at the store after gardening. And they put up, they're still eating out of, she froze her vegetables, blanched them and froze them. They're still eating last year's harvest from the freezer. And that's my goal, is to get more into
more fresh vegetables.
Fresh vegetables in the freezer.
Well, our asparagus this year are doing really good. We already had a couple meals from our asparagus that we got.
Yeah.
We planted 2-year-old crowns last year, and this year makes the 3rd year. They came up, and man, I'm not cutting every one that comes up. I cut maybe every other one, so it still has leafage, for it to help build the crown back up for more next year.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Yeah, I love asparagus, so that's
Yeah. No, that's my goal, is to get as much from the garden that we will eat. Because that was the other thing, you want to garden, and so you just start growing all kinds of stuff. But if you don't like it and you're not going to eat it, then it's waste of time and money. So
you
have to go through the process.
Kind of just for fun, like the giant pumpkins. But then there are things you can actually eat, like the pie pumpkins and all the squash.
You can eat the giant pumpkins. You can make giant pumpkin pie.
Probably if I get those, if I do get any. I want to be honest with you. I've grown regular pumpkins pretty well, and cantaloupe and birdhouse gourds and things like that. But I've never actually got a giant pumpkin. So
I'm trying the same thing.
I'm not going to try to say I'm going to get one. I'm
trying the giant pumpkins and the white pumpkins. I'm trying to be a wide variety of pumpkins this year.
I didn't have any seed for white pumpkins, but I did. Oh, I did have some. It looks like a pumpkin, but it's actually a squash, and it's some weird name like Mariana de Cheoe, something, I don't know. And it's like green, and it has the little bumps on the outside. Those really pretty ones they put out in the fall. Yeah, but it looks like it's actually it's decorative, but it's actually edible too. Right. So I should have quite a display on the porch. And the tromboncino squash is the one that's the squash that people wrap around their neck in the pictures. You know what I'm talking about? That's the tromboncino squash that Mary's Heirloom Seeds sent out.
Wow.
So I'm hoping to get those this year too.
I did some of Joe's gardening, his seeds at a contest. I didn't grow big enough to be in the, finales and whatever, but I really liked the tomato plant they picked. It was a Wachi.
Dr. Wachi tomatoes.
Yeah, I loved that. And we got several of them off the plant that we had. So I think we figured out what our main problem was our water.
Yeah.
And we were watering, and we're still doing it out here in the front. We need to change it, but that's our deal for tomorrow. But anyway, we were watering with soft water, and I think it made a difference in the growth on some of the plants and the seedlings in the house. So I have a hose hooked up to the well on a faucet, and that's the only hose.
It's softener now.
It bypasses the softener, but we're going to fix that anyway because we found out we were spending a lot of money on the crystals. We were going through it so fast because everybody's getting soft water. All 116 acres.
All 116 acres get soft water.
So that's being cut off tomorrow. We're fixing that tomorrow.
Well, we'll start working on it tomorrow.
Yeah. We're going to do a bypass, so just for the house.
Hey, Kevin.
So we think that was part of our problem. We'll see.
You're not late, Kevin. It's all right, bud.
My tomatoes are coming up really, really slowly this year. I have 2 little teeny weeny tomatoes from the survival seeds, like this small, tiny.
My survival seed collection is doing okay.
Now pine pumpkins are doing great.
Yeah, my growing for groceries, there's a couple cups I need to redo because I started them just before I went on vacation or to California. And I didn't ask the grandson to water the plants. I didn't want him. He had enough going on, and I figured I'll just reseed if I have to when I get home and, rewater and whatever. So there's some cups that need to be started again.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about being seed rich. If something doesn't come up, just put another seed
more out there.
After a while, though, if it doesn't come up, then your seed is probably old and you probably need new seed. That's what kept happening with the cucumbers. And finally, I was like, okay. So I didn't actually get rid of the other seed, which I probably need to, but I have a really hard time throwing seeds away. It just is so hard for me to do.
Yeah. I got the only cucumbers I'm going to plant are ones that are container friendly, and they were for pickling, not pickling, but for
pickles?
Pickles.
Make pickles.
He'll eat cucumbers as pickles. He won't eat cucumbers as cucumbers. Strange. Yeah. So
I don't like cucumbers, but I like pickles.
Yeah, I like pickles too.
I want to try. I like to try some sweet pickles. We can.
Yeah.
Well, I actually, my chickens actually like cucumbers. So we eat a little bit, but that's one of the things we actually plant for our chickens.
I was going to be planting cabbage again for the chickens.
Try
for wintertime. I tried last year, didn't go so well. I'm going to try again this year, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. So anyway.
It's been almost an hour.
Yeah.
Time flies. You're having fun.
That's right.
Having fun with good friends.
Gail, you guys had a good time at the meetup, and I'm looking forward to going to one in June, and I'll probably be at Pinecone Fest too. So
I'm not sure if we will or won't. Depends on what happens from our cruise, right?
I plan on going to Pinecone.
Oh, is that around the same time frame?
Well, no, it's in October, but we have to recoup.
We go in August on the cruise, and then October, a month later, we go is Pinecone, and I want to go to Pinecone. My plan this year was to go to Texas, Mid America, Jan's, and Pinecone. Just the 4 meetups this year. Where last year we did like 6.
Yeah.
Ooh, so I'm just doing 2, just Jan's and Pinecone Fest, because Pinecone Fest is the closest,
right?
And then Jan's Jan's there. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, the cruise is going to be like a meetup. It's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of supporters that are going on the cruise. I don't know how many is still going. There was last count there was 40 cabins. The last day you got to have it paid by is the 26th, which is 5 days from now. You got to have it paid up.
I heard a rumor that Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farms was trying to do a little mini meetup with you guys before you leave on your cruise.
Yep. Well, we're going to be up there 2 days before the cruise.
We're hoping
we fly in on Friday. We fly in on Friday. We go on the cruise on Sunday. So we have 2 days beforehand. And then when we get back on Sunday morning, we are staying until Monday. So we have another full day before we fly home.
Yeah, we're hoping
she'd be really excited if she could meet some of you guys, because she feels like she's way over there.
Yeah, we're hoping to see her, and we're hoping to see Jerry's sister who lives in Yelm, Washington.
Right.
Hopefully she'll come up and we'll be able to see her too, because it's only
been like 4 years for me, 5 years. Well, my dad passed away.
Yeah, before your dad passed away.
So maybe I can't remember, 5 or 6 years now.
So anyway, that's the goal. That's the plan.
Yeah,
that's the plan. So, but we thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
For inviting me.
Had fun.
Yeah, it goes fast when you have fun enjoying company. You have talking on here. It goes quick.
Yeah, it does. It does go fast. Thank you guys for inviting me, and I'll try to have you guys back on with me sometime.
That'll work for us. Okay. Just give us a holler.
All right, I will. All
right. Thanks, Gail.
Good night, everybody.
And thanks everybody else for coming in.
We're gonna go out.
We're back.
Go out on the song. And yes, we are back. What?
And the word for next week is llama. LLAMA.
So see y'all later.
From the West Coast to Missouri's land, we built this life with our own two hands. Cattle, goats, and donkeys too. Horses and llamas, we're a farm that grew. Chickens clucking, dogs running free. This is the place we're meant to be. Let the singing begin, we're the owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. But a family farm is where we win. Let the stinging begin. Sunrise hits, chores on the list. Bowling lanes at night, wood crafts we twist. Jerry's on the forge, Susan's quilting art. Robert's gaming strong, each plays their part. With every day new stories unfold. Living life, it never gets old. Let the singing begin, we're the owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. But a family farm, it's where we win. Let the singing begin. 18 years and counting, still going strong. Meetups with friends, our journey's long. From San Diego shores to Missouri's hills, we found our home, it gives us thrills. Let the singing begin, we're the owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. Butlers family farm, it's where we win. Let the singing begin, we're the owners now. Through the ups and downs, we make it somehow. The good, the bad, the pretty, the pain. These are the golden days we claim. Butlers family farm, it's where we win. Let the singing begin.